Hey, in this video I'm going to be going through amazing gift ideas for the artists in your lives or for yourself, and this is all based on the 3 gigantic art hauls that I did earlier this year. So if you're looking for a gift to give yourself or a loved one, or you just love watching art supplies, then this video is for you. So let's get started with one of my favorite gifts. I bring to your attention this. Oh gosh, I literally love this. If you've seen my cat art haul, then you've seen my reaction to this. It comes with a swatch card, it comes with 24 half pan colours, a mop brush, a round brush and a ceramic palette. This is roughly £100, but it does tend to be on sale quite often, especially if you're getting it through Jackson, so it's worth checking that out on there. I have been way too precious about this, so I haven't used it yet, but I promise you, and I promise myself, in 2022 I am using this set, maybe even before 2022, as soon as I get some time off work. So if who you're buying for is perhaps a professional artist who's going to be selling their art, who you already know perhaps likes to buy professional grade paints, then these are the paints for you. The Cotman set is the student grade set, and this set is the professional grade, which is just so nice. Oh my gosh. So it comes with less paint and costs twice as much. But the quality is really good. Because they are professional grade, they will last. They are light fast, which means they won't fade, or most colours will not fade over time, and they're just better quality. So if, for example, your loved one has a Cotman set already and they are trying it and they want to upgrade, then this would be like a nice natural progression. Another gift that I can definitely vouch for because it was gifted to me and I absolutely loved is the Kuretake watercolour set, which is this. These are beautiful Japanese watercolours that come in a stunning green cardboard box and contain some of the most vibrant colours that I have in my whole arsenal. These watercolours are Japanese, which means that they behave slightly differently to the watercolours that we tend to get here in the West, such as the Winsor & Newtons, the Sminkers and the Senneliers, which means that even if your artist is quite accustomed to watercolours, this gives them or you an extra opportunity to just experiment with a different type of watercolour and a different type of medium. I've done a separate review video about these watercolours, so if you really want to know all the nitty-gritties and see all the colours swatched out, then I recommend that you watch that. Thinking of things that you could get that are slightly different, these are beautiful metallic watercolour paints. So there's copper, rose gold, bronze, yellow gold, light gold and silver. They're great for additional accents and using every once in a while. For those who know that they like watercolours, love painting in the studio, love having an array of different colours, good paints but student grade paints, then one of these 2 sets are the ones for you. So my go-to set tends to be this, which is the Winsor & Newton Cotman set. Again, I've done a review on this if you'd like to see it and see all the colours that are swatched inside. You can see it is very well loved. So it's technically 45 pan, but 6 colours are duplicated, so it's actually 39 colours. And it's just such a lovely set with so many, like a good array of colours. So if it's someone who perhaps doesn't want to mix or is new to mixing and would like to just take the colours straight away, then this is just a beautiful set for them. And to be fair, some would argue that it's too bulky to travel with, so if someone who likes urban sketching, perhaps they'll want something smaller, and that is true. But I do love urban sketching and I do also tend to take this kit with me. You can kind of see my favourite colours, definitely worth considering. If you want something slightly smaller but just as special, then there's the Paul Rubens set. Now part of the reason that I love this, I think, is because of the packaging. I mean, it's just so nice and so pretty that this in itself is like a complete gift. I got it when it was actually on sale, so when I got it, it came with a free sketchbook. The sketchbook and the paints came for £20, absolute bargain. So it comes in this beautiful tin and it has 24 full pans, so definitely worth considering as a gift. You can see a full review about it just to see if you like the colours or if you think that whoever you're gifting it to will like the colours. Now this one is slightly different to other watercolours, and this is basically the Vivivacolor sheets, and I've done a separate review that goes in depth into the pros and cons of this sheet. But the reason that I would recommend it, or the reason that it's on this list, is purely because it is so different to other watercolours that we have. So it's something that's quite like a novel gift, if you like, and it's basically sheets that have been saturated with watercolour. So you just wet this and are able to take dye-based watercolors and use it to paint. It's just great because you get so many colors, like literally 16 colors in this tiny thing. This is the Royal Talens Van Gogh set, and it's essentially a travel set of watercolor paints, and I absolutely love these paints because of the colors, because of the size, because of the portability. And if you've seen my video in the past, then you know that initially I was painting with absolute trash, and then I changed to these paints and it like completely changed the game for me, and I think in part is part of the reason why I continue to paint. So I would recommend this if you want to gift it to an artist who isn't quite sure about watercolors, or perhaps are just starting off with watercolors, so you want to give them something that's good quality, that gives them a good range of colors, and also lets them kind of figure out if they like the medium. And also if they love urban sketching like I do, then this is definitely a good idea. This one is a set of 15 only because you get 3 free colors, and normally it's a set of 12 that also comes with a brush and a palette inside. Okay, forgive me, don't judge me too harshly. So this is my set, and I had to get, and the reason I got another one is because most of the colors are almost finished, but you can see that this has been very well used and very well loved, and I used it for over a year. Definitely a good way to figure out if you want to get into watercolor. In terms of gouache, there are 2 sets that I would consider. The first set is the Himi Miya gouache. So if you've watched YouTube videos, you have seen that this is just so popular because you get so much paint for the money. Everyone loves the packaging, and it comes in lots of different colors. Like there's a blue, there's a pink, there's a yellow, there's a green. It comes with a palette and with brushes. Now there are different sets, so you can get the set that doesn't come with the palette, it just comes with the paint, and that in itself is also again very reasonably priced. I've done a review on this because it does have some pros and cons. My absolute favorite is the Winsor & Newton designer gouache. So this set is around £30, maybe a little bit more, and it comes with 10 tubes, and it's called the introductory set. And the reason this would be a nice gift is because it basically gives you the colors that you need to get started off with. So it comes with 2 yellows, 2 reds, 2 blues, a yellow ochre, a black, a white, and a green. And Winsor & Newton has so many more colors, but I think initially this in itself is a great gift. To go along with everything that I've mentioned, there are different things that you can get. So one of those things is brushes. Now for me, I am not a massive brush person, so I'm going to go through this quickly, but brushes basically are helpful gifts to give any artist. So you can get brushes, but if you want to be a little bit different, there are 2 types of brushes that I would recommend. One, these are basically travel brushes, and the great thing about them is they come like this, and then you pull it out and you put that in. I've done this so many times on this YouTube channel, and it never gets old because it is just so helpful. Like it's so good for painting and traveling on the go. If it's someone who loves painting on the go, if it's someone who loves traveling, if it's someone who may want to paint anywhere outside their studio, then this just solves the issue of carrying your brush outside and being worried about the tips. And if not, if they also love traveling, then these are quite inexpensive brushes, and they're basically like water brushes or aqua brushes. You fill them up with water here, and then when you squeeze, the water comes at the end of the brush and you're able to basically paint with it. There are 2 types of palettes that I would recommend. One is considering getting like a porcelain or a ceramic palette, and you can either get them online through, for example, Amazon, which is what I've done, but also you could go to like little local charity shops or secondhand shops, and you may be able to find like these little side dishes that can be used as paint palettes as well, which makes it even extra special because it's almost like one of a kind. It's hard to find. But the palette that I got from Amazon is this one, and you'll see that in my Jackson's haul that I did recently. But basically it comes with these wells on the side and then a nice large mixing area, but it's also double-sided. The reason why I did that massive art haul is basically this palette. This expands into a cup that has a brush holder on the side, and then this bit that was inside is the palette. You can't even believe how many times I've almost broken this. Oh crap, did I break it? Is it broken? It has 16 wells and it's a stay wet palette, so basically the paints that I'll add here will just be able to stay moist, which is great for painting and it's great for gouache. So if they love gouache or if they love watercolor as well, then this palette is absolutely ideal, and I got my one from Jackson, so again I'll link it down below. In terms of sketchbooks, it does depend on what kind of medium, but these are the papers or the sketchbooks that got me most excited. And oh, I don't know where to start. Okay, let me start. I'll work my way up. So there's the Moleskine, which tends to be my go-to. This one has 60 pages. It's quite small. It comes in different sizes. I tend to get the A5 size actually, but the pocket size is nice as well if they like to travel. And it's 25% cotton. Very popular, very well known. Now, the Paul Rubens brand, this is the one that I actually got with my paint set on sale for a much reduced price. I think now it's currently on sale for £10. This basically is 100% cotton watercolor paper that has perforated edges, which means that you can tear out the pages if you want. And one of the reasons that I like it is just because of the, to be honest, the paint color, because it's different. It's not something that you see every day, like a watercolor sketchbook that's pink. If you have a little bit more of a budget, then you really can't go wrong with the Etchr sketchbooks. This is one of the ones that I've recently got from my Jackson's haul, and it's cold press A5 100% cotton watercolor paper. That's from Etchr. So they have a whole different range, but this is going to be absolutely amazing for watercolors. I also got a hot press version, which basically means that the paper is smooth, and I got that one for my gouache painting. So if they want smooth paper, get hot press. If they want rougher paper, so they like doing watercolors, then get the cold press. I actually need to calm down, but I can't. Okay. Now, if you perhaps don't want to get them a sketchbook, but you want to get them really good quality paper, then you may not be surprised, but basically Archers, you can't go wrong with that. They'll be happy to receive it, even if it's not necessarily their go-to. Nobody can argue with the fact that this is good quality paper. So you can get them either a block, you can get them sheets, you can get them a roll. It comes in so many different forms, but I don't know if it's something about having the patterns on the side that this in itself just looks like a lovely gift as well. So in terms of bundles, it obviously depends on the artist that you're getting everything for, but if you were to get this together, for example, isn't this lovely? This would set you back £100 pretty much. Now, if you wanted, the alternative could be to get them this for £100. There are definitely more in my other haul videos. There's definitely more in my video from last year where I have some other recommendations. So if they already have these, or this doesn't quite appeal to you, then check out those videos and you may find something that you love there as well. If, like me, you tend to leave things until last minute, then fear not, for a lot of these items are either available through Amazon, which does prime delivery, which means next day, or through Jackson's, which again also does next day delivery. So as long as you're not leaving this until the 23rd, which I have been known to do so in the past, you should have enough time, because literally when making this video, everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong. I ran out of battery and I had to restart. I ran out of memory and had to restart. My laptop overheated and couldn't take any further footage. My lighting started going off, and literally, I am glad that we are here. I am glad that it is done and that I persevere. So if you made it this far into the video, I really do appreciate you, and it lets me know that my hard work actually paid off. So thank you for watching. Let me know if you made it this far into the video by telling me what the best art supply that you've ever been gifted is, or if you've ever been gifted an art supply, because for me, I've asked for maybe 10 years for art supplies and I think it's only happened twice. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you found it useful, and I hope that you found something that you can gift either a loved one or yourself. Thank you so much, and I will see you next week. Bye.